Welcome back, everybody, to the 2025 Derby City Classic. This is round 10. We are in the second of three divisions, the one pocket division. I am your host, Scott Frost, and we have a great match for you. Two elite players, in my opinion, in the game, especially in the tournament game. Josh Roberts, who does have a loss, and Shane Van Boening, no losses, into round 10. That being said, I'll go over the rules real quick. It's lag for break. Win or alternate break from there, but looks like Roberts will be breaking the balls, and 3-foul rule is in effect. The first person to make any 8 balls in their pocket will win the game. No jump cues allowed. Something that Josh does very well, in my opinion, is break the balls. It's not actually my opinion. He just does break the balls very well. Whether this result was great or not, it doesn't look terrible. But he digs into the cue ball very well off the break with an inside low ball. And is he drawing down towards the 4 here off the 2? Is the touch, and believe me, he was aware of the 2 getting all the way over as well to keep Roberts off of a straight back. One thing I don't think he looked at, Shane, is the 11. I feel like that row of stripes is close to Shane's corner, but you cannot argue with the play he just made. He wants to cover up the 1. I think the speed's good. Did he let him see the 4? If so, he will go to it. And pretty quickly, almost out of the break. Josh lost last round to Fedor Gorst, who is in the finals of the first event, the bank pool, with Tony Chohan. Josh lost 3 games to 1 last round to Gorst. Got to be careful here with where the 4 is at. Is he considering playing that stripe in front of the 11? Off the 11, 1 rail towards Shane's side and back over, like he's banking it. No, now just going forward. Tell you what, well, we can see the 8, but Shane is never beyond banking something like the 4. He's so accurate. He's looking at it now. There's nobody that is more accurate with power than Shane Van Boening. And that's flat out the truth. He just generates so much power with so much accuracy. Can't fault him for staying a little bit more passive here. Does the 8 bank below the 1-1 rail? Cross corner. Yeah, the way he's queuing up, I think he's just going to 2-rail it out. He doesn't want to be that passive. Now he might be looking to cross the 8. He's looking to see what line the cue ball would go on. I don't know that he would cross it to make it, though, so he would use maybe the 13 and go up towards that stripe next to the 9. Just kind of split the 3 and the 13 if he crosses it. He doesn't want to make it, I don't think. He might get position on the 13, though. Oh, he went into him with power. I don't believe he's got anything. 15-13 combination, real awkward. That's kind of what I was touching on with the power. Like, a lot of guys are just going to drift that combination, or that cross corner, towards the pocket. But he's so accurate, he's not afraid to let it rip. He is close to these balls. The cue ball going to go to the right just a bit. Is he going to go forward? I actually like what he's thinking here. Yeah, so he's weighing this out to go forward across the top of the 14. This is all about making the 13, but I believe his next play would be a bank on the 1. So much for that. He did get the combination down. Still looking at the 4. I feel like Josh can play that 1. So does he. He's not the type of guy to be satisfied with 1 or 2 balls when he's got an open table. Gonna try to tuck under those. The 1 and 15. That'll work. Ideally, if it were possible, he'd love to get down here where the 4 is, but he's cut off from everything, so just going to come off the 1 and back down. Josh capable of beating any human playing 1 pocket, especially in a race of 3. A really good cue ball. They're going to go up table here, I believe. Yeah, no time to panic if you're Roberts. Trailing 2 balls to 0. Shane wants to stay aggressive. We are playing on a blue label black diamond. It is a 9-foot. Pro cut pockets, 4.5 inches. In my opinion, the best pool table in the world. No questions asked. Can you go forward on the 15, just leaving him kind of just right of the 4, or even moving the 4 and leaving him down here, maybe center diamond with a right long rail. Yeah, like this. It's okay, you don't want to leave a gap on the 3. You're looking at the 6. Yeah, I overlooked that, and Josh clearly did as well. Being this close to the 6, you've got to believe that Shane's he's probably a slight favorite, maybe higher, to make the 6. He's going to pinch it with an inside ball. Doesn't want to bring the cue ball out enough to where Josh can make the 3. gotta assume Josh meant to leave the cue ball a little more to the right. Don't think he overlooked it, really. Just overhit it. Yeah, I just don't see him missing this bank. Now if the 5 passes, or he can get to the 9, it's big trouble for Roberts. But I can't imagine him shooting the bank if the 5 doesn't pass the 1. So I kind of automatically feel like it does. If he's going to the 10, no, it tells me it doesn't. It's the only angle I have to work with. It's not terrible. I feel like the 5 plays. Gonna go to the 10. Where does he go next? Back over to the left side, I guess. Just check this with an inside ball. Center, leveled out. He can play it where it's free, I guess, as well. That's kind of what he's thinking if he shoots the 10. If he just gets back over the left side of the table, there's no danger of Josh doing much damage. And now he is going to the 5. Yeah, I felt like he could do a lot of damage going towards the 12 there. Now he can naturally come up towards the 7, or spin it if he'd like. Try and get to the center. He caught it real wide. Fell nice on the 14. Playing for 3. Tough to beat this guy here at the table. Always been a little underrated in his one pocket game. I would always feel like he's top 3, top 4 in the world for many, many years playing one pocket. His rotation games just overshadow the one pocket. Does the 7 cause problems here if he levels out? Yeah, that's why he's elevating, so he's just going to go into the 7 heavy. For the 3 next. Believe he got there. Playing for 2. He killed it off that top rail there with an outside ball. He really hates to have to play safe here. Oh, he hates it, right? But you could really cinch Josh down just coming off the 1, playing it towards the 9 and putting him on the top rail down there. Yeah, I think this is why he is a world champion. He recognizes positions that he could lose in. Josh, typically aggressive, very good at the bank. 7 is a big ball here, though, if you want to go with the 15. Shane might cut at the 1. If not, just knock it up table. He could cross it, but I don't know that he could keep the cue ball up enough to where it doesn't come down and sell the 11 out. Could just knock this 11 across to the right side of the table as well if you'd like. Play the cue ball up to the top left. Oh, he chose to thin it and just put it in a bad position. Yeah, this is triple tough. I think you've got a 2 rather than 1. Really nice hit. Great cue ball. It's kind of all you can ask for. Never fails when you intend not to make the ball, it goes. I think he's got a 2 rail than 1 again. 15 never going to change. 7 always going to be there. Oh, wow. Actually thought he made that ball. Alright, do you take a chance at crossing the 15 or just 2 rail it to your side? Probably 2 rails. What about 2 rails in the side? Once again, making a ball that he didn't want to make. Trying to find something offensive. Not a fun spot to be in. I don't see anything, really. You don't want to move the 2 balls on the spot. You might just have to rub the 10 or bank the 10 past the 9 towards the 7 and lay him down on the bottom rail. Where's the cue ball going here? Yeah, I actually didn't mind what he was doing. Just got a bad kiss off the 9 and the 7. SVB. Playing for 1. Yeah, pretty tough to defend against Shane, as well as cue ball is so good. Executes so well. A lot of people think he's probably the best in the world on a 4.5-inch pocket at all games. Has no losses, beat Billy Thorpe in the first round 3-1. Just beat Tony Chohan 3-1. And then in round 3, he beat yours truly. Put up a great fight. He beat me 3-0. Yeah, I think you got to come off the 7. Unless the 15-2 do something good where you could stack him. Yeah, now looking at that. That works. That really works, unless he's left something in the pile. Just gonna have to shoot, I believe, the 10. to the 1. And leave him up in there. Looks like he's going to take okay, he's getting to a rail. Really put attention into that. Didn't want Josh to be able to do something similar. Did he leave the stripe on? I don't believe so. It's near the 5. Josh, a real good player with the elevated cue. One of the better players when he elevates. How do you keep Josh off something towards the 2 here? You take a foul towards the 5 softly just to open that stripe up. I don't know that I'd hit this hard, just nudge it maybe. Or does he think it might go towards his pocket off the 11? What about just nudging it? Because now Josh can't really take a foul in that area because the stripe will cut to Shane's pocket. Looks like he's going to hit it with pace though. Could lose your position this way though. It's a double hit. Tried to do a lot right there. I think he thought that ball was going to go off the 11 a little bit. Can you play the 3-ball combination, or does the 11-2 play? What are his options? And where did he go? Maybe Josh took a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. All right, going to the 9. Boy, I feel like you can miss the 2 this way. And just like that, really, you could get underneath it with the 9. I was wondering if he didn't look at the 11-7-2 combination at all. Shane might have a bank here on the 7. I just don't know if it carries any type of look on the 11. I could just shoot at the 9, making the 2 and moving the 9 away.
Lucas Picasso, come to tournament desk.
Yeah, I think you can just punch the 7 in and kind of hold low for the 11. Of course, he does not have to. You're going to power draw this. And a couple of errors back to back by SVB. Josh knows he's got to take advantage here. You take a chance at going towards the pile, kind of catching the 9 real thin with a low outside ball and just kind of jiggling them open. Or are you worried about losing the 9? He probably will not do that. The only concern with this is what do you really get next? 7's in a funny position. You don't want to lose the game banking the 11 if there's no future behind it. Yeah, what happened there? Did he jiggle open a couple of balls and kind of send him wired to his pocket? Body language doesn't tell me that's the case. Now he's looking. Boy, I feel like he might be able to throw the 14 in. Betting the game on the bank here, most likely. And there you go. Never supposed to miss it. I can't fault him for shooting it. But I don't think he shoots it unless the 14's wired, so that's going to sting. Does the stripe pass the 5? Taking a look at the 8. 14. The 6, they all go. Yeah, Josh had a couple big chances there. Yeah, I think you come one rail out above the 6. I don't know if he's so concerned about the combination. He knows the 6 plays. If you get there, you can go into the balls if you have to. Yeah, and this might be perfect. Still looking at that stripe going by the 5. But if nothing's wired to his hole, he can pound kind of forward towards the 3. You'd think that he's going to get a look at the 8. If the stripe plays by the 5, you can just draw out of it. Not mess with those balls, but maybe that's why he's been looking at it so much. If he's got to be at that line, you might shoot it now. Yeah, he just avoided all of that mess. Came to the stripe, he felt perfect. I don't think you could have put it much better with ball in hand.
Willie Parks, table 3.
Clearly was tight. He had a little flinch there. The 5 must play. We'll move the 1 a little. Oh, very good. And come all the way around to the 4 and the 10, I believe. I don't think he's too heavy on the 1. playing for 4. Can you draw above the pile and over? Yeah, you got the most out of that, really. Still funny, he's got some work to do. Now might go to the combination, the 3-8. Does he choose to shoot the 4? Tough to tell how funny the 4 is. I don't think he's scratching, but it's a much more difficult shot. How does he avoid the 4 here? I think he just comes across for the combination. Playing for 3. Got to do a little work here. He's been looking at them like they're just a little off. Both of them. 14 and the 8. Really looking to have to cut that stripe to the 14. When they're that close together, it could throw down a little bit. I don't expect it. Good was this? 2 for 1 and 2 to 0 quickly. Yeah, Josh kind of let one slip away there. 2 balls hanging in his hole. Really 2 opportunities. He knows it. Here's another look. Made the 8 and the 14. Had to cut the 13 quite a bit though, and the 14 did just trickle in the bottom side of the pocket. But if he's shooting at it, we've got to believe that he's probably going to make it. Not out of it yet. It's your break. Win this game. Race to 3. Anything can happen. He's really good at getting the ball high and low. Shane taps the table like good break. Josh breaks more from the center. Does a bunch of different things doing that. Never a risk of selling the corner ball out. And here's the same shot going towards the 7 now. And so good with the cue ball as well. That shot is nowhere near as easy as he makes it look. Cutting Josh off from the right side of the table. He needs to get on the rail here. I don't know if there's a kiss in play, even with an extreme outside ball. Can he cross the 14, maybe heavy, and go towards the pile? I think the kiss is in play. Yeah, well, that's the line he's looking at with the cue ball, so maybe I'm a little misled at this angle. Sure looks to me like you just can't get out of it. Looks like the 14's a little high and inside. But clearly he has a different view. so effective. Really dug into the cue ball there with an extreme outside ball or right ball. Just going to two-rail the 7 out. Be careful not to leave him some type of cross-side bank. Excuse me, cross-corner bank. I think he's done all right here. Yeah, I'm looking, can he cross the 14 over not to make it and just get the cue ball up? Trying to go off the bottom of the 13. Big opportunity here, not necessarily to win, but he can put Shane in a bad position if he can see the 15. I believe he can. You got two choices. You can wedge him up behind the 1, or if you feel like you can stiff the 15, then you can go at it. Yeah, I can't fault him there, but he didn't want to make it. Wow. Well, Shane was probably going to kick to it. So it did go. I guess he could have stiffed it and probably played position. I couldn't fault that decision. No rail. Trying to get the 10 closer to his pocket. Looking to draw off the 11. Yeah, I don't know. He's so good with the cue ball, I can't argue it, but you feel like that stripe just below the 14 might bank to Josh's hole. He's getting close to where he might shoot at a white flag, so that's where you want to be if you can get there. So come between the 10 and the 4. With just a right ball here and level out. There you go. I like this play a little bit safer. Yeah, pretty heady plays, always aware of what's available for his opponent. Yeah, did he get 2? He's good. I thought he might have got into that a little much. Yeah, things starting to change here with the positioning. Now looking up table. There's almost value in taking a foul to the back of the 7. Yeah, I felt like that was extremely tough to do. I don't know if it's going to hurt him. All depends if he can see a lot of the 4 or all of the 4. I don't know that he can. He might just bank it to his side. Okay, it was laying pretty good. Oh, and he's knocked it down. So going back to the shot that Josh shot, kind of opened his position up and cue ball in a little bit of open space, whereas if you took a foul, Shane really has nothing. I know you don't want to do that when you're trailing 2-0. Another look, he leveled out and just played all 10 ball here. Pretty sweet. Wants to bank the 4 and just come forward. I think it's doable. Just avoid the 6. Obviously coming out is where the concern might be. So you don't have to bank it to make it. Just avoid the 6 coming out. Lay the cue ball down. Yeah, I think he's going to have a real good cue ball here. Well, just absolutely perfect. He executes so well. Playing for 6. And I'm not betting against him getting those 6. All the way over for the 5. How does he get into the pile? He wants to get all the way out here. Does he carry a steep angle on the 8 to go into the pile, or does he just get back to the 11 with the 8? Most likely just going to come back for the 11 after he makes the 8. I don't think he meant to do that. Got into the cue ball a little more than he wanted. We go forward now. Does the 7 bank? Playing for 4. Did he want a little more out of that? Yeah, I think he came just a tick short. Can probably still roll it in, though. I don't think there's a big risk. Oh, he can jack up a little bit or hit a low ball. You'll notice he was looking at the 11. So he wanted position there. Yeah, no fun. Shane needs 2. Now he can just start to send up table if he doesn't want to press the issue. The only reason I chuckle is because I've been in Josh's position so many times. It's not a fun position. Cue ball is on a string. He has left no error since the 2 mistakes in the last game. Really played almost flawless, to be honest. SVB. trying to sniff something out of the pile here. Looks like the 13's going high. Hard to tell. If he's aiming at the stripe, that tells me 13's going low and he wants to throw it upward. But do you really gamble? I mean, I can't fault him. 6 balls to nothing down. What do you got to lose? If it's close, or if you think it throws in, there's value there. He doesn't think he's going to get anything better. I don't blame him. Something he doesn't like about it, though, and I've also been in that position, when you almost know it's not going to go, but you shoot it anyway, because you're in such a bad spot. Alright, 3-ball kick combination. He caught it too thin. Does the 15 play? He's taking another look, otherwise he'll just give it to him. Might have to go to the 13 here. Yeah, so he caught the first ball in that combination way too thin, which shot the 2 out. So this ball must go. If not, he's going to maybe play the combination, but I believe it might pass. Well, he's got the touch of a champion. Van Boening, quick and painless. Roberts is gone. Shane into round 11. No losses. Another look at the combination. My goodness. He always seems to get that ball to fall. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Good luck to Shane. Great tournament to Josh. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.